fly like this without no pack, without no suit. We ain't gonna need to be taken up and then jump out the plane. We gonna take off from the ground. The Lord is gonna give us power to fly, man.
Isaiah 40:28. Hast thou not known, hast thou not heard, that the everlasting power, the Lord, the creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary. There is no searching of his understanding. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increases strength. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. We'll read it again. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. The Lord is going to renew us like we were in the ancient world. I'm going to show you examples of how we were in the ancient world when we were in our strength. But they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles, meaning we're going to be able to fly. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. The Lord is going to renew our strength. Now I'm going to get another scripture. Let's go to the book of Psalms 103. Psalms 103 and 5. It says, who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. You see that? Who satisfieth thy mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like the eagles. Didn't we read that they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength? They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. In other words, in the kingdom, like I was saying before, when we went into 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, about the celestial and the terrestrial, in the kingdom, we're going to be what you call extraterrestrial. In other words, let me give you another name for it. Superman. If you ever watched the movie Superman, Superman, by the way, is an Israelite. What was his Kryptonian name? Kal-El. Kal-Allah, which in the Hebrew is all power. Did not he have all power? His name was Kal-El. His father's name was Jor-El. That's a Hebrew name. Jor-El, Kal-El. Those were Israelites. That whole movie is about the children of Israel. And that's the type of power that we're going to have, believe it or not. That's what that movie is all about.
The power of flight. Do you believe the Lord is going to give his men power to take flight? That's the type of power the Lord is going to give his men, which I'm going to read, right? We're going to have that power of flight. We're going to be able to fly without no jetpack or any of that, right? The power that we're going to receive is going to be perfect, flawless. You won't need no type of batteries, and we're going to be the batteries through the Spirit, right? And you got to believe that. You got to believe that the Lord is going to give us power, man, to where we're going to be able to fly. And I truly believe that, man. I truly believe we're going to be flying out here. Lord will, we up that number, man. Us as hopeful members of the elect, you better be believing in the power of flight, because the Lord is going to give us that power.
Alright, Shalom to elected Israel, to the hopeful elected Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and foreign Israelites that look like the other nations, scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praises to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone led me to this truth, and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, is be edifying of those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Ezra chapter 5 verse 42. The water for anybody coming in on the comment board and tuning in. Yahawah, Barak, Atham, here and on after. And we're going to deal with a couple topics the Lord put the Spirit on me to deal with concerning some of these news articles. And, Lord willing, is edifying to the flock. We're going to go ahead and get started. The title is Nuclear Precautions on the Rise for America, Babylon the Great, which is the U.S., and then many could run out of money by January 1st, and then various end time topics. So Lord willing, is edifying to the flock. So we'll go ahead and get started. Might have to do a part 2. Got started a little later than usual. I was hoping to start around 3. Well, it's preparing for this lesson. But I'm going to finish as much as I can before I got to go across town. So it says nuclear attack, worst case scenario, which it will be. It's going to be the worst case scenario, okay? All 5,000 square foot miles of America, Babylon the Great is going to be on fire. And these people who still have this belief in America, Babylon the Great, because they've seen some of the weapons that Esau has, and they have this pride about them, like, hey, nobody's going to do anything. Okay. Nobody's not going to do nothing. Okay. Well, you should listen to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because they're going to tell you otherwise. They're going to let you know that all these other nations gathering all these missiles are not for nothing. They're not going to get all these missiles and just not do nothing with them. It doesn't make any sense. Why are they going to take all their agricultural stability and turn it into weapons? They're going to use them, So nuclear attack, worst case scenario, would see 90% of Americans wiped out, and it will be like that. The remnant of Esau, Edom, is going to be damn near the only one left. That 1%, man. That's what they saying. Great raft on this place, man. So, as if nuclear strikes on the U.S. cities weren't potentially damaging enough, an attack on America, Babylon the Great missile silos, this is my point, would kill millions due to acute radiation poisoning in a matter of days and spread radioactive fallout across the country. What's that? That wormwood it was talking about, damaging the waters. Okay? Fallout across the country, new modeling suggests, right? So the point is that they have this, America, Babylon the Great has this pride that they don't think that nobody's going to attack them. You seeing all across the world that all these other nations are threatening this place, man. You think they just going to keep threatening? Eventually they going to bark. Eventually they going to bite, man. And it just says if it just hit the missile silos. And we know we got a lot of oil over here. We got a lot of other shit over here. Okay? There's a lot of oil in America, Babylon the Great. One of them things hit all that oil or whatever, one of these missile silos, that's just more than enough. Hey, you can't block 200 million intercontinental ballistic missiles, especially if they coming from the Lord, man. This is saith the Lord. This isn't some humans doing this. Okay, this is Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi doing this. It's different, man. Okay, it said in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 12 verse 1 that his incorruptible spirit is in all things. His spirit is missiles, man. Okay, it's not gonna, it's gonna prevail. It's gonna do what it says do. As it says in Joel chapter 2 verse 1, it says they're not gonna run into each other. They're gonna hit. Right. So nuclear precautions on the rise for the U.S. I'm just read a little bit and I'm gonna get into some precepts. The United States, America, Babylon the Great remains on high alert. So if they don't think that they can get nuked, then why in the world are they on high alert? They're on high alert because why? Due to the ongoing conflicts with Russia, China, and even North Korea. Tensions between these nations have escalated, right? Causing concern among the U.S. officials and citizens alike, right? So everybody out here who's in America, Babylon the Great, you got these six-pack Edomite Joes. They're like, oh, nothing's going to happen. They're not paying attention. They don't know that this shit's finna go down, right? The strained relationship with Russia has been fueled by disagreements over territorial disputes, right? Because Russia wants Ukraine, because that used to be part of the Soviet Union, and then China wants Taiwan, right? Because that used to be part of China, right? So over territorial disputes, cyber warfare, and allegations of interference in domestic affairs, China's growing economic and military influence, coupled with territorial disputes in the South China Sea. When we talked about that, because they beefing over there, that could start the war, to a higher extent and escalate, has further fueled tensions. Additionally, the unpredictable favor of North Korea, because what they've been doing, they've been testing all their motherfucking missiles. They've been just shooting them motherfuckers off, right? Making sure they're ready to really hit some shit. They're not going to just test missiles to talk shit. They're getting ready to do something, including its nuclear weapons program and aggressive rhetoric. They're aggressive, okay? This is aggressive, man, okay? They're beefing with America Babylon the Great because of what they have done to all the nations, man. Okay, they have been ruling in wickedness, and they've had all these other nations, be under subjection to them using the dollar, the petrodollar, and it's brought them into further debt. They tired of this shit. Has added to the concerns. In response, the America Babylon the Great is closely monitoring these situations, right? Enhancing its defense capability. Because why? Why are they trying to enhance? Because they know, just like we said in that other article about, 3-4 days ago, they said they flat broke compared to, when it comes to military preparedness. They not ready, man. You got all these people out here talking about they ready for this war, and ain't none of them ready, man. Oh, I've been and done this. I've been and done that. Well, you ain't doing that now. Your ass over here not doing shit. And that's how most of America, Babylon the Great is. They're saying, oh, I've done this before. But they're not getting ready for this war. We seen the articles talking about 72% of Americans is like, we don't even want to fight that shit, okay? They don't want to get down with this shit, man, okay? So we're going to put in some precepts. This is Psalms chapter 97, verse 2. Hold on, let me put in I want the King James version. That's what we go with. We go with the 1611. 1611 King James version, right? That's what we like using. And the King James version, it just has the vowels out of it. So when you use the King James version, it's like the same thing. It just doesn't have it has the vowels in it. That's why it shows at the bottom. Where's it at? It'll say it, but I ain't worried about it right now. But you go down there. If you go pull up the 1611, it says this, but it's just they have certain vowels taken out. So Psalm chapter 97 verse 2: clouds and darkness are round about him. Righteousness and judgment are the habitation of his throne. See, righteousness and judgment are the habitation of Yahawah's throne. Okay, this is judgment from the Lord. This ain't just some regular missiles firing off in America Babylon the Great. This is some serious shit, man. Verse 3: a fire goeth before him and burneth up his enemies round about. Remember when you read in Psalms 83, it's a list of all the enemies of Israel. We know that the Lord is going to use these missiles to destroy Israel's enemies, man. And the remnant of them, about 10% of them, like it said, are going to go into slavery. And the first thing they're going to do is they're going to pick up everything that Yahawashi just dropped. Okay? They're going to pick up all that shit. That's going to be their first job. As we, the elders and apostles have been explaining that to us over the last couple of days. Verse 4: his lightnings enlightened the world. The earth saw and trembled. See? They're going to hear this explosion, all throughout the earth. They're going to hear this explosion throughout all the earth, man. They're going to hear it. And they're going to be terrified. Right? Verse 5: the hills melted like wax in the presence of the Lord. What is that from? The intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. At the presence of the Lord of the whole earth. That's the missiles. Verse 6: the heavens declare his righteousness through that destruction, Okay, because that's what he used the wicked for. He used them for the day of evil to destroy them, for his name to be exalted, and all the people see his glory. Right? Everybody's gonna see the glory of Bahasham Yahawashi. But us hopeful elect over here, we see it right now. That's why we're giving glory to him right now. Right? Verse 7, confounded be all they that serve graven images. Right? They serve their money, weapons, their power, all these things that are graven. They're not real gods. It's just fake. Right? That boast themselves of idols. See, they boastful. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We got these submarine missiles. Ain't nobody touching us. That's how they are, man. You know? But in the end, in the back of their mind, they're like, man, I hope I'm fucking right. Hey, your ass is wrong. According to Bahasham Yahawashi. Right? Worship him, all ye gods. Right? See? You need to be worshiping Bahasham Yahawashi. Stop worrying about this other shit. Okay? You know, and that's talking just to Jake, just to Israel. Because these other people, they're gonna worship those false idols. These heathens are gonna worship their false idols until the end. They're not gonna come to the glory of Bahasham Yahawashi, because that's not what they're capable of doing. Okay? They're meant to be wicked. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. So this is a point I want to make. Right? We came in this world without nothing, so don't be so big on keeping your money established here. Like, keep yourself focused on this word. Verse 8, having food and raiment, let us be with content. See, content. Be content, which means like what? Be ready to let it go. Like, don't have it and be like so clinging to it that you can't let it go. Verse 9, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. Temptation of what? They don't want to let go of those earthly things that they've all accumulated in vanity. Okay, that's why you had Job's wife. She turned around. She turned to a pillar of stone because she missed all the friends she had and the money and all the riches she had. Because and not Job, it was no, it wasn't Job. Slakia. It was Lot's wife, right? When Abraham told him to get out of Babylon, Lot's wife, Salakia, she turned around and she was turned into a pillar of stone because she was falling to a temptation and a snare because she had all that bread. She was trying to look back at that bag, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. And perdition means to get put to death for your actions, man. It's very important that you don't put this world first. Psalms chapter 58, verse 10. And it reads, the righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance, right? And how are we rejoicing? We're rejoicing in a sense of we're glad that we're not being judged. We're glad that Bahasham Yahawashi, you know, we're glad that Bahasham Yahawashi is, bringing us, to this understanding, that we, that we're going to see the vengeance of the wicked. Okay, we're going to see what the reward they get for what they've done to Israel. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. Okay, and that's not talking about we're going to literally see like, oh, look, there's some blood over there. We're going to step in it. No, it's just saying like we're going to see the Lord, execute his judgment. That's all it means. So Romans chapter 9, verse 22. And it reads, what if the Most High, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? So he's been long suffering. He's been letting them be wicked. He's going to let them do whatever they're going to do. But when it's time, that destruction is going to come, man. And it ain't going to be nobody that can stop it. Verse 23, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory, right? That's those the elect. He prepared them to be, to be glorified at that time and to be, one with Yahawashi, his bride. Verse 24, even us whom he have called, right? We don't know who's chosen yet, who endures to the end. not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles. You see? And the Gentiles is basically those Israelites that were Hellenized, which means they were doing Greek customs. You know, they were following the ways of the so-called white man, and they've came back into this truth. That's us, because all Israel fell away. So we're those Gentiles coming back into this truth, man. So now we're going to get over here. We're going to deal with this article. It says many Americans could run out of money by January 1st. So it says during the quiet days of the CV-19 lockdown, American households in an unexpected turn piled up a mountain of extra cash reaching a staggering $2 trillion. But now there is a twist in the tale that's as surprising as it was unforeseen. This financial cushion that seemed like a safe harbor during the pandemic storm is evaporating faster than anyone predicted. Where did all that money go? And what does this mean for families grappling with ongoing high inflation? You see? Right? And then it talks about the saving cushion is almost depleted, so we don't want to get too much into it. But they're basically saying they had all this cushion and whatever, but, Esau, Edom, they're looking at their wall and they're like, we don't got no bread, because that's all they worry about. All they worry about is if they got enough bag, okay? That's all they worry about. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 10. And it reads, he that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver. Right? So no matter how much they get, they still have this mindset of like, man, we don't got enough, because they're just, they're greedy. Nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. That's why I said what? It was talking about in 1 Timothy to be content with what you got. Count your blessings. Be glad that the Lord has got you between poverty and riches. We got enough to last maybe, a little bit longer if we lose our job. That's where we need to be at. We don't need to be having too much bread, because if we do, then it's a way to put us into a temptation and a snare. And, we might become high-minded and make the wrong mistakes, man, or make the wrong choices. So Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1, it says, ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, right? Talking about this truth. And he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come and buy wine and milk without money and without price. See? And that's what we're doing. We're out here teaching on the highways and byways, and we're using the Lord's currency. This is his currency, this truth. He's got the people coming out, and they can learn this truth for nothing, right? They don't have to spend no money, but they got to do what? They got to spend time. You're going to have to spend something. You're going to have to sacrifice something, your time. So in a way, you still, are putting something forth. Verse 2, wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, right? And your labor for which satisfieth not, which means what? We got to keep getting stuff. Every time we go to work and we get paid and we get, you get some yan, you get you, which is wine or something, you get you little clothes or whatever. You still got to go back and get more, which means what? You're not satisfied. We don't got enough. We always got to get more here. So what is the Lord saying? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness. You see? So that's what, that's what we're doing. We're delighting ourselves in this truth. And the Lord, all he asking us for is our diligence. But, you got Jake. Jake can't do that. Jake can't do it unless he get in a physical bag. 2/3 of our people. So Philippians chapter 4, verse 18, but I want to go look this up in the blue letter. Okay, because I want to point out something. It was something that I want to point out that's pretty interesting. So, Philippians Chapter 4, verse 18. You know, it just kind of shows today, you know, why things are the way they are today. You know, concerning the brotherhood and, you know, the people who are associated with them. So, you know, we seen at the top, it said, you know, the Most High's provisions is that article. But when you come up here, it says, think of excellence. So that's where we're at. We're at God's provisions, Most High's provisions. Right? So we're going to go to 18. It says, but I have all and abound. I am full, being received of Epaphroditus the things which were sent from you, an odor of a sweet smell, a sacrifice acceptable, well pleasing to the Most High. We want to be a sacrifice acceptable to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Now I want to look up this word Epaphroditus, show you who he was. Okay.
Strong's G 1891. Epaphroditus. Epaphroditus.
You know, that's probably how you say it in the Greek. And then it says Epaphroditus. So what he said, it means lovely, but it says an associate with Paul in the ministry. So it shows you that the disciples, they had associates, just like today. You know, you got the followers like me, you know, other brothers who are following around, you know, GMS. So this is to show you that, you know, this is the same way it was back then. You know, they had brothers that followed them around and did the work with them. Associates. Okay? And they're under this umbrella of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi as well, you know? So I just wanted to make that point. But then we're going to read the rest of it. Hold on. So, right, well pleasing to the Most High, verse 19, you know, because it's a sweet savor to the Lord when we offer up ourselves to this ministry and we do this work, man. Verse 19, but my power shall all your need according to his riches in glory by Hamashiach Yahawashi. Okay, we know Hamashiach means anointed in the Hebrew. So, you know, it's like, you know, these riches is this truth, man. So, you know, I wanted to just point that out. That's why we don't have to worry about, you know, these articles. You know, they're to worry the people, to make them feel like they need some solution, which is going to be the mark of the beast, man. Okay? So now we're going to get over here. And it says, Israel warns an elite Iran-backed, when Iran is Persia in the Bible, unit is now in Lebanon to join war. Okay, so now Lebanon is getting involved in this. I just wanted to point that out. We don't really have to read about it. But, you know, a Israel-backed unit has arrived in Lebanon to participate in attacks on Israel because they're allowing them to go and attack from that position. So that's just something I wanted to point out. But we're gonna pull up some precepts about it. Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. And it reads, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and earthquakes and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And we know that I put an article up just the other day talking about it was like 17 volcanoes erupted in one day or something, and there was a whole bunch of earthquakes, a bunch of various different places. So, you know, that's more of that going on. Verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. You see? So we know that, you know, the time is hastening for this day of judgment. In Revelation chapter 16, verse 17. That's where I want to start. So it says, and this is right after it talks about Armageddon. Verse 16 talks about Armageddon, but I want to get to a point. And the seventh angel poured out his vial into the air, and there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne saying, "It is done." What's that? Destruction of America, Babylon the Great, and the enemies of Israel. And Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Verse 18, and there were voices and thunders and lightnings, and there was a great earthquake from the missiles, such as was not since men were upon the earth. So mighty an earthquake and so great. That's going to be this place getting destroyed. And the land of Israel. And the great city was divided into three parts, and the cities of the nations fell, and great Babylon came into remembrance before the Most High, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And that's going to be from those missiles that everybody's talking about. They ain't going to come over here, these proud Edomites. Okay, and it's also some of our own people. 2/3 of our people who ain't even Edomites, the so-called white man. Some of our people who's, Native Americans and other different Israelites are sitting here with that pride mind state too, because they trust in Esau Edom, and that's what's gonna get their ass destroyed. So I ain't got that much time left. I'm probably do this last article, and then I'm gonna do the rest off work, Lord willing, when I get back from the plantation. So it reads, Akon says, every single African American, and we know that's talking about Jake, okay, because we're not Africans, okay, because it says that basically the Africa was named after Africanus, okay, which is Edomite. So we know we're not from Africa. We were cast out of Jerusalem. We fled out of Jerusalem in 70 AD and fled into Africa. That doesn't mean that we're Africans just because we ran into Africa. We're still Israelites, And, we were taken from there on slave ships. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. You see? But these people don't get it, And he might be Jake, he might not. Who knows? Right? So every single so-called African American, which is Jake, will be a millionaire if they fully invest in Africa. So this is what he's on. He's trying to tell people they need to invest and build their foundation, in this world. So I want to make a point. Revelation chapter 18. Verse 4. And it reads, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her." Who's he talking to? Jake. "My people," talking to the elect, "that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye might not receive, or that ye receive not of her plagues." See? So the people who have this mindset of building here, they're going to receive the plagues of America, Babylon the Great. Verse 5, "For her sins have reached unto heaven. For the Most High have remembered her iniquities." Remember, talk about, in Revelation chapter 16, it said that the Lord remembered what this place was and what they did, and he destroyed them for that. So that's why you have these angels saying, to the elect, come out of this place. Don't partake in what these people saying, man. Matthew chapter 11, verse 17. So let's start with 16. Let's go back to 16. So it says, "But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows," right? Verse 17 is saying, "We have piped unto you, and ye have not danced." So we have been telling this to some of our people, and they still not getting with the program. They don't understand that if you're a man of the Lord, you have an obligation to do this work, right? And to the women of the Lord as well. You're obligated to do this work in a specific way. We're all obligated to serve Yahawah, Yahawashi, and Israel, right? Feed the sheep, and the women are to help the man feed the sheep, right? "We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented." You see? So our people, they're not in a lamentful state. They still want to collect the bag here and invest and do all this other shit. Like, we're not focused on verse 12. And it reads, "Therefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word," right? They don't want to listen, "and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon," right? Right? They want to help the so-called white man. They got Stockholm syndrome. Verse 13, "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out on a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly in an instant. And that's how it's gonna be, man. That's how it's gonna be. You know? So, you know, I just wanted to point those things out. And I got a couple more articles, but I'm gonna deal with them later. I gotta get going to the plantation. So I'm gonna just make this a part 1. And I'm going to get into a part 2. We're going to get into some other things later on tonight, Lord willing. So shalom to elect Israel, to the hopeful elect Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the 4 corners of the earth. I want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone, let me to this truth, and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and so forth, the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the election, to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, let's be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5 verse 42. So to watch for everybody tuning in, Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. And Lord willing, we'll be able to exalt the name Yahawashi yet another day. So wa abab ball. And Lord willing, is edifying to the flock out there. Shalom. Kwame Asherwallah.